Hello and welcome, Luke Malevich here with Low Brass Luke, and today we're going to be working on our Improvisation Etudes for the TMEA audition. In this video, we're going to be working on the C minor blues etude. There are just a few things that I want to mention before we get started with the etude. Now, everything depends on what level of an improviser you are, but at the very beginning, you want to make sure that you're working slowly on not only all of the chord tones, which are the first, third, fifth, seventh, and ninth of each chord, but also working on the scales associated with each chord. And then further on, working on the connection from one to the next, making sure that you can get a smooth musical line or idea going through all of the chords. Second, you want to also make sure that you're listening. And in addition to what we're going to do in this video, you want to make sure that you go and listen to other players play over minor blues just to get things in your head, get an idea of the possible lines or the language of what you can play. And it doesn't have to be a C minor blues, it could be really any minor blues. It's going to give you a better idea of what you can do. Now, my third and final thought is I would encourage all of you to write out some practice solos. This is something that it can be very helpful. It'll give you an idea of what you can play. It'll make you sit down and really think about the connection from one note to the next. And not that you want to play your written solo or something that you memorize for an audition, but let's say you've done it 4 or 5 times or even more, or even just once or twice, your brain's going to start to get a little bit better at pulling out some of the ideas that you've been writing and just being able to kind of recall them and play with a little bit more comfort over something rather than just pulling things out of your head on the spot. And for most improvisers, that's not something that we do anyway. We have a bunch of different ideas, things that we've worked on that we can play, that we kind of pull from depending on the situation, depending on what we hear other players do around us. So I would definitely encourage you to write out a few solos. For this video, I'm going to play through the entire track 3 times. The first time through, I'm going to be sticking mostly to chord tones. And as I get going, I might start with the first, third, and fifth, then add the 7th, and maybe start a little bit simpler using quarter notes and half notes, and then adding 8th notes and things like that. It started to kind of get more adventurous as we go on, but trying to stick with chord tones. The second pass through the track, I'm going to be focusing on using the scales. Now, for myself personally, I like to use bebop scales. Now, bebop scales, for those of you that don't know, a really quick explanation. In the bebop scale, you're going to add a half step between 2 specific notes, depending on which type of scale, whether it's a minor, a dominant, or a major scale. You're going to add a half step that kind of puts the chord tones on the strong parts of the beat. And the third time through the entire track, I'm going to just improvise the way I normally would. I'm going to start again on the simpler side, and then each chorus get kind of more adventurous, perhaps not using all the tools that I have and everything that's available to me, not to get too complicated, but I'm going to just kind of improvise the way I normally would over this etude. So hopefully gives you kind of an idea, and you can feel free to transcribe what I'm playing. I'm not going to have it transcribed for you, but you can feel free to transcribe it and get any ideas. Hopefully, listening to me play through these improvisation etudes is going to be helpful to you in your audition. So here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2. One, a two, a one, two.